say. Prof, welcome back again. We hope our lines are clear this time to get you clearly. Hello, Prof. Hello, Prof. Residents of Niger State took to the streets in protest demanding government intervention in the supply of major foodstuffs in the state. Prof is back on the line. Prof, glad to have you. The resident of Mina in Niger State yesterday stormed some major streets in the state capital protesting the high cost of living, lamenting that the development is sending them to their early grave. But Governor Mohamed Umar Bogo, in his immediate reaction, blamed the protests on those he called politically motivated, and that they were out to hijack trucks conveying foodstuffs to Mina from Lagos State. This came as the Nigeria National Association of Students demanding that President Tinubu to immediately address the high cost of living in the country. Let's see if Prof is back with us on the program. Prof Anthony, glad to have you back on the program. So let's take a break, and when we come back, hopefully we will be having clean signals, because our technicians are working to ensure that we get it right this afternoon, which is on the program Midday Discourse on Global TV right here in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Please don't go away.
I hear him very well.
Glad to have you. If you're just joining us, the program is Midday Discourse. It's coming away live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Today we are joining millions of Nigerians in finding the lasting solution to the lack of food on our table and the protest to have a lasting solution to have this. We'll be joined by Professor Anthony all the way from the University of Kefi to help us find lasting solution to the ongoing problem. There are intervention ready by the government. How much has this intervention gone to have a lasting solution? What is the expectation of residents and how many farmers are having it easy to go back to the field? Since the assumption of the present administration on May 29, the removal of subsidy has not gone down well economically with residents and people of Nigeria across the country. This has forced residents of Niger states to take to the streets demanding government quick intervention. To help us have a lasting solution to this, let's go straight to the University of Nasarawa State and join a veteran talking about Professor Anthony Guve. He is a professor of mass communication, new media at Nasarawa State University, Kefi. He teaches journalism and the new media. His research addresses political communication as well as development communication across. He is well known and a publisher. He has traveled far and wide on the business of communication, and today he will be joining us on the program to have a lasting solution. Professor, glad to have you once again on the program. Hello, Prof. We're still finding it difficult to have Prof there on the program, but we'll go straight to the program, hoping that he will join us so we can be able to have a discussion that will give us an idea of how to have a lasting solution. But beside that, let's tell you that let's let you know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has declared an immediate state of emergency on food security to tackle the increase in food price and all that has gone down in the country. The presidential spokesman, Dele, like I said that in a statement that the president took this step to ensure that there is availability of foods as against the woefulness of the rise cost of foods and how it has affected Nigerians. Food prices have been on the rise across Nigerians recent years. The situation deteriorated due to the impact of government policies such as the removal of subsidy on petroleum, among others. Nigeria annual inflation rate rose from 22 to 22.1% in May, from 22.22% in previous months, according to National Bureau of Statistics. The food inflation is high, and we are glad to have Professor Anthony back on the line. Professor, glad to have you on the program once again. Yes, Prof, we are glad to have you on the program. Welcome, and you have to unmute yourself if we have to hear you clearly. I know you are hearing us, but let's go straight, Prof. How is the situation like in Kefi, Nasarawa State?
Now,
Yes, you can go ahead. Call her.
Let me started with your setting that the and part of the National Bureau of is elected like
It's quite challenging here that we're not getting Professor clearly as we should, because Prof was quite ready to help us find solution to this problem of food insecurity in the country. I hope Prof can reposition himself and perhaps get clear signals to that. The food inflation rate also quickened to 24.82% in May from 24 to 61% in April. The rise in food inflation on the year base was caused by the increase in prices of oil and fat yams and other tubers, beans and carrots, potatoes, fruits, meat, as well as vegetables were on the increase. Mr. Leke said some of the government steps as part of the state of emergency would be in the short-term, medium, and long-term medium as well. In the immediate term, we intend to deploy some saving from the fuel subsidy removal into the agricultural sectors, focusing on reviving the agricultural sector in the country, he said. The president also directed that all matters of pertaining to food and water availability and affordability are essential livelihood items be included within the purview of National Security Council. Of course, this has not gone down. The result of all this is still very, very not satisfactory to Nigerians, because items across the country in every sector have gone double, and some said even 100%. That has not gone down well with Niger State residents who took to the streets to have a lasting solution to this crisis. It is as hard, and of course, there must be a solution. And hand on hand, we follow development across the country every day. Mr. President is fully aware of the rising cost of food and how it affects the citizen. While availability is not a problem, affordability has been a major issue of many Nigerians in all parts of the country. This has led to a significant drop in demand, thereby undermining the visibility of the entire agriculture and food value chain in the country. Accordingly, in line with this administration position on ensuring that most available and supported, Mr. President has declared with immediate effect the following actions. One, that a state of emergency on food security be announced immediately. That all matters pertaining to food and water availability and affordability as essential livelihood items be included within the purview of the National Security Council. Has directed an immediate response to the crisis. A number of initiatives will be deployed in the coming week to revive the situation and make Nigeria happy. Mr. President has made so much remarks and policies to ensure we have food. Have these policies started healing? That's the question we have. And we are going back again, once again, to see if Professor Anthony is on the line. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, hopefully the network from his end will be okay for us. Don't go away. This is Midday Discourse, and it's coming away live from Nigeria's capital city, Global TV. Glad to have you back on the program Midday Discourse right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city. We're looking for answers in the increasing cost of living in Nigeria. One man who can help us have an answer to this is a professor of communication from the University of Kefi, Nasarawa State, Professor Anthony Gweve. It's on the line. And let's see if this time around we can be able to get out something from what Professor will be saying. Professor, once again, good afternoon, and my apologies that the network has not been effective, but glad to have you. Can you hear me clearly, Prof? Hello, Prof? I've come away joining Professor to find a lasting solution to the legal situation in the country where every cost of living has doubled the price, and residents of across the country are expressing a moment which requires urgent attention. There are various government policies to caution this, but this has not gone down well, and there seems to be an increase of this across the country. Resident of Niger in Mina State, talking about resident of Mina in Niger State, took to the streets demanding government intervention. State government says it was politically motivated to deny the movement of food from Mina to Lagos State. We hope that trying to see if we can get a signal from Professor Anthony to help us this afternoon. Prof, once again, welcome. Quite challenging there. The government has made sure that a series of intervention from various levels of government, local government, state government, as well as the federal government. The federal government, under the leadership of Mr. President, has stated that everything that concerns food stability and security, water resources, should be on the decks of the National Security Advisor. This is over 2 months now, but Nigerians are still demanding and still passing through a hard time because it is expensive, every source of living. Let's take a break, and this is perhaps when we come back, we'll be joining Professor Anthony once again.